Welcome back to another episode of Hot Air with me, Joshua Robert. And I know I usually get on here and I pop off about the latest political dumpster fire that is America, or a religious nut job, or just somebody coming for the gays. But today we are switching it up just a little bit. And as you know, I've been asking for some listener stories, things that are real, raw, heartfelt, stories from people like you, like me, from the queer community, because sometimes hearing someone else's truth is the exact push that we need in our own lives. And that's kind of why I share all of my therapy stuff, because I'm like, maybe someone else could benefit from this information. So whether you're stuck in the closet in the middle of nowhere, that the closet as in you have not come out of the closet, or you're feeling like you're the only gay in the village, or you just need a reminder that you're not broken, these are the types of stories that I want to share, and these are the stories for you. And today's story comes from a 25-year-old man named Caleb. He sent me this via email, and I have not read it yet. All I know is that his name is Caleb. It's a coming out story, and it will most likely make me cry because I've been very emotional as of late, but rightfully so. You know, I'm just letting my tears flow lately, just kind of embracing feelings. So I had one of my very close friends go into my email. Yes, I gave her the password, and sort through some of these listener stories to make sure that they were, of course, legitimate, not just, Bible thumpers sending me hate mail or something crazy like that, because I received some of those, and especially in the comment section on my Instagram and TikTok, but that's another story for another day. And she chose this one to be my very first listener story, and she told me to brace myself. So I am braced. I'm braced. Are you braced? So again, I have not read it. When I'm done reading it, I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to revisit the story. Hopefully, there will be some takeaways from it, some things to reflect upon, and maybe I can provide some unwarranted advice and/or my opinion that no one really technically asked for. So go get a whole pint of Ben& Jerry's ice cream, sit down, enjoy it, let your tears flow should you feel so inclined, and we are going to get to my very first listener story. So let's hit it. All right, it's been very challenging for me to not look at this. I've caught myself glancing. I'm like, no, Josh, look away. Don't read it yet. I want this to be real, genuine, raw. I want to experience it as you are experiencing it. So I am just going to take my ass down, look at my paper, and here we go. Dear Hot Air, my name is Caleb. I'm 25 now, but when I came out, I was 21 and still living in the small Midwestern town I grew up in. Population just shy of 3,000, and about as accepting as you'd imagine. For most of my life, I tried to make myself smaller, quieter, straighter, whatever I had to do to survive and keep my secret hidden. Growing up, I'd hear my dad use the word faggot like it was punctuation. My mom would lower her voice when she talked about those kinds of people, as if just saying the word gay would invite God's wrath. I was raised in a world where masculinity was measured by who could throw the longest spiral or shoot the biggest buck. There wasn't room for softness or difference or for me. Oh no, I'm already getting emo. I knew who I was from a young age, but I didn't have the language or the safety to say it. Not until college. I was still living at home and commuting to a nearby state school when I met someone, the first person who really saw me. We weren't in love or anything, but he helped me understand that I wasn't broken, that being gay wasn't something I needed to fix. So I came out. First to my mom, then my dad, then the rest of my family. I wish I could say it was brave, but it didn't feel like bravery. It felt like survival, like I had reached the edge of something and it was either jump or keep dying inside. The fallout was immediate. My mom cried like someone had died. My dad didn't say anything at all, just stood up and walked out of the room. The next morning, there was a post-it on my bathroom mirror. If you choose this lifestyle, you are choosing to leave this family. No name, just that. I still remember how my knees gave out reading it. Oh God. So I left. I packed my things into my old Civic, cried the entire drive, and moved 3 hours away to Kansas City. I didn't know anyone. I slept on a friend of a friend's couch for a month. I applied for jobs during the day and cried myself to sleep at night. There were moments I thought maybe my dad was right, that maybe I had chosen to leave everything that mattered. But then I met Jordan, then Lena, then this beautiful circle of queer people who knew exactly what I had been going through because they had lived it too. People who let me ugly cry in diners at 2 a.m., who showed up with cupcakes on the anniversary of my coming out. That is so fucking cute. Who called me family and meant it. I found my people. I found myself. And I've learned something that I wish I could whisper to every scared, closeted kid in a town like the one I left. Family doesn't have to be blood, it just has to be love. Need a moment. It's been 4 years since I came out. My dad still hasn't called. My mom sends me birthday cards with Bible verses and notes like still praying for you. And that stings. I won't lie. Some wounds don't close all the way, but I'm not hiding anymore. I laugh louder now. Poof. I wear what I want. I go on dates and I hold hands in public. I built a life that feels honest and bright. And that terrified 21-year-old version of me, that was a question. And that terrified 21-year-old version of me, I think he'd be proud. I hope so anyway. Oh no. Thanks for giving people like me a space to feel seen. Hot Air is more than a podcast, it's a lifeline. With love, Caleb. And I am going to go cry into a hole. Not a hole. That was a nice letter. Good God, emotions are crazy. So I'm going to go digest that, take some notes, and I'm going to come back with a few of my thoughts regarding Caleb's very brave, which it was brave, his brave journey and his brave story. So again, Caleb, if you're listening, thank you so much for sharing your story. That journey is painful, powerful, and unfortunately, a lot of us know that it is not uncommon. But it's also a story of resilience, about chosen family, and growth. And so here are a few little lessons and tips to carry with you, some things after kind of going through that letter a few times to maybe help you if you are navigating a similar path. So, the first thing I want to say is you are not wrong for wanting to be seen. If you're feeling the pressure to stay closeted, to keep others comfortable, then you are not the problem. Hiding who you are to appease others only delays your joy. And like Caleb said, coming out might not always feel brave. Sometimes it just feels like a necessary thing that you have to do in order to survive. And that is fucking okay. It is brave, but in that moment, you're just like, I have to do this because I can't hold on to it anymore. My second takeaway is that we all know rejection hurts, but that's not the end of the story. Just because you're rejected in any way, shape, or form, that's not the end. Coming out can come with loss, and Caleb's family chose distance. That type of grief is real, but it's not forever. Many people, rejection is just the beginning of redirection. So you're being redirected towards people who truly love you and truly celebrate you. And let yourself grieve. That's terrible. I can't imagine what it's like to feel like you lost your entire family, but do not get stuck in the belief that you will always be alone because you are not. That's why I created this podcast. Am I going to get emotional again? Maybe. We need to feel like we're not alone. I don't even remember the last time I heard somebody talking about their coming out story or sharing these types of important moments that can potentially help somebody else realize that they are not alone. And one of my favorite things, which I've realized recently, is that family can be chosen. And this is one of the most powerful truths in the queer community. Family is not about DNA. It's not, doesn't matter. It is about love, support, and being present. Find your fucking people, whether it's at a local LGBTQ plus center or online communities or through friends of friends of friends. There are people out there who will love you just as you are and sometimes love you harder than blood ever did or could. My last thing here is move at your own pace. Coming out is not a race. It's not a performance. Caleb came out at 21. Others do it at 15. Some at 35. Some never. Your safety, both physically, emotional, financially, all of that, it matters. There is no right timeline here. So do what you need to do when you feel ready and only when you feel ready. You'll know when it's the time. Now, not that anybody asked for it, but here's a few little tips via Google to help you navigate life after coming out. So, first little tip, build your support system intentionally. Seek out queer groups, seek out allies, and safe spaces. Again, like LGBTQ plus centers, therapists, online forums like Reddit or Discord servers. I don't use Discord, so I don't know. I've used a little bit of Reddit stuff, but apparently there are tons of groups on there where you can find support and find people like you, should you not be able to find it in person right away. Also, my favorite, always a boundary. Set boundaries with toxic family. It is okay to limit contact, take breaks, or cut ties totally if it means your mental health is going to be in a more positive space. Distance does not make you a bad child or a bad sister or a bad brother. It makes you a fucking protected one. Protect yourself, because what you really have at the end of the day is you. And if you don't take care of yourself, you can't be there for anybody else in the future. In addition to taking care of yourself, don't be afraid to ask for help. I always say, I just fucking love therapy. Again, online support groups, queer events. You can just go to Pride, go to a bar. There's like singles nights, all those things. You're not expected to do all of this alone. And lastly, celebrate the little wins. Whether it is wearing what you want, whether it is going on a date with somebody, or just waking up without feeling ashamed of yourself or doubting your choices. Those moments matter. So let them fill your cup all the way to the motherfucking top. I cannot tell you how good it feels to order a shirt online that says something on it that I never would have imagined I would have worn. And I mean, I ordered it today and it says faggot. And it's a lime green jersey. And you could pick the number that goes on the back. And I picked 69 because I think it's hilarious. But I also am like, I don't even like the word faggot. I don't even like saying it. But lately I've been like, I'm not going to hate it anymore. I'm going to take it back, just like a lot of other gay men have done. I'm going to own that word now. So when you call me it, yes, I am one. I don't even know if I'm comfortable saying I am a F word yet, but I'll get there. That's the point of this. In closing, coming out isn't just about telling the world who you are. It's about finally telling yourself that you deserve love, truth, and joy. And again, if you are listening right now and you've walked Caleb's path, or maybe you are on a similar path right now, just know that you're not alone. Even if you haven't started walking that path and you just started kind of thinking about whether you should or shouldn't come out, your story matters too, and you are not alone. So that was heavy. Again, Caleb, if you're listening, thank you for being brave and vulnerable and making me cry. It's a good thing I didn't put my eye patches on under my eyes, because I was going to put that on before I recorded this episode. Then I was like, if I get emotional, those are going to fall off. And so, Caleb, you did the damn thing. And to everyone else, this is exactly why I want to keep sharing your stories. Whether it's your coming out moment, a time you were met with fierce allyship in the middle of a Chick-fil-A, or even just the moment you realized you were the rainbow in someone else's storm, I want to hear it. Share those emotional stories so we can all feel like we're in this together, because queer joy, queer struggle, queer everything deserves a fucking space. And you never know who needs to hear about your experiences to finally feel seen. So if you've got a story, funny, heavy, weird, healing, all of the above, send it on in. You can stay anonymous if you want. You can use a fake name. You can call yourself Beyonce if you want to. I don't care. Just share it. Because someone out there is sitting in the room right now wondering if it's worth it to just be themselves. And maybe you can be the story that tips the scale. You can submit those stories on my website, hotairwithjoshuarobert.com, or just slide in my DMs. I can send you my email specific to the podcast. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at _hotairpod. And this was your Hot Air minisode, Hot Flash for the week. So stay loud, stay proud, and I'm always here for the drama and for the healing. So I'll see you next Tuesday.